looking at another value coin, as you may perceive this as a good opportunity to be buying. Once again, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. These videos are merely for research and educational purposes. Please do your own research and realize that there is a risk associated with cryptocurrency. We're today going to examine reserve rights. Reserve rights, or RSR, can be bought for about 1/7 of a US penny. That's 0.14 US pennies. So about 700 for $1. That's 28 Satoshis. You can see the price is going down in concert with the rest of the markets. The current market cap is $6 million with a healthy volume of $2 million in the last 24 hours. The rank currently on CoinMarketCap is 324th. Now here's where there's a bit of discussion. The current circulating supply, as listed on CoinMarketCap, is 4.2 billion RSR, and the total supply is 100 billion RSR. And we'll look at a bit more at these details. Look at the website. Here's the chart. Reserve rights has not been around that long. You can see it was launched in May 2019. It was launched on the Huobi. And you can see the price over time has not changed very much, except for a very recent spike just prior to the crash. So that was kind of awkward timing. But you can see the potential for this coin. Something was generating excitement, and there was a bit of volume around that here. So more about reserve rights. The reserve protocol is made of two tokens: RSV, that's the reserve token, which is a decentralized stable coin. So that will be pegged to the US dollar initially, much like other stable coins, MakerDAO and USDT and other coins. There's quite a lot of stable coins around right now, and the team addresses why they believe there's room for another one. So the first in the pairing, just like the MakerDAO pairing, is the RSV, the reserve token, and the second one, which fluctuates, is the reserve rights token, RSR, which is currently being offered on Huobi. Now, the model we're going to look at and examine from the website directly. But first, we'll look at why you might want to invest. And other than being a stable coin, what draws many people to projects is strength of the team and its advisory board. So here you can see the website has a nice interface. It's very functional. I've clicked through this, mint and redeem RSV. I'm able to click on this interface. Here is a video. You can watch that. It's very well presented. A YouTube link. Here's some nice iconography. Reserve is beautifully formatted, which is part of the appeal. Here's some of the functions. Just like other cryptos, you can store and protect your assets digitally. You can transfer wealth across borders quickly and cheaply, and payment solutions are in the works as well. We'll look at why that's significant with Reserve in particular in a minute. Here's another video, and we'll see some of these characters later on. This is the CEO and founder here. Here's the icons, RSV and RSR. Now, Nevin Freeman, the co-founder and CEO, well-spoken individual, but more than that, well connected. So you can go through some of these people and what they've done. The actual team itself, there's Matt Elder, who worked for Google, Rob Henshaw, who has experience in doing startup work, Miguel Morel, who worked at Amazon, Alibaba, Charlie Smith, who's written for The Economist, and Jasper Ostman, who is actually a theoretical philosopher who's working on protocol development. That's very interesting. They have a philosopher on the high tier ranks of the board. Kathleen Kilgallen, who's worked with Amnesty, and Jane Goodall, which is very interesting. Reserve does boast a charitable focus in their vision, which you should take a look at. Here's one of the key people that I'm very interested in following here, Andrew Masanto, marketing and strategy. I'll read this. Andrew Masanto is a serial entrepreneur, having started Altitude Shoes, sold in 2012, Higher Click, SEO agency, sold in 2013, Good Money, ongoing, and here's a clinker, Hedera Hashgraph, ongoing. So here we have cross chain talent. I mean, this is extraordinary to find two really premier projects being headed by one person, or near to head. So Andrew Masanto, and you'll see why this is important, because Reserve is associated with extraordinary talent. Henry Fisher worked as an engineer at Tesla, chief of staff. Here's Legal from Harvard Law, Mark Lee. Taylor Brent, who worked at Impossible Foods and Google. Andrew Lipinski Barker. And we can go on and skip forward a little bit. You can have a look at that. What's very interesting now are the investors. So here you can see Sam Altman. Sam Altman is the president of Y Combinator, co-founder, co-chairman of OpenAI, and prominent angel investor. He's invested in Airbnb, Stripe, Reddit, Asana, Pinterest, Zenefits, Instacart, Optimizely, Change.org, among others. And we know he also invested in Coinbase. So he's kind of the kingpin here, along with Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel is kind of the anchor to this whole marketing strategy of investors. And the reason I'm keeping an eye on this, and you should probably too, Peter Thiel is a co-founder along with Elon Musk in PayPal and Founders Fund, as well as Palantir Technologies. So he's a big guy. You don't want to miss out on anything that he's involved in. Refractor Capital, they've done a lot of work in the Valley. Investment, Simon Ducach, some blackjack work. Here's an interesting person, Jack Selby. He was a founding member of PayPal as well. He is a managing director of Thiel Capital. Matt Breimer, this is extraordinary. He created General Assembly, which was acquired for $400 million in 2018. James Glasscock, who worked at Warner Brothers, so you can see some of the network and the different industries that are required to make a project fly, entertainment and media being key in cryptocurrency. So we have Mr. Glasscock there. Eric Jackson, very interesting, another PayPal mafioso. He was VP of marketing at PayPal, so we can be assured of even more exponential growth through all of these different PayPal connects. Lucy Wang, who used to work at Bridgewater, Ray Dalio's investment firm, 25th richest man in America. Jeff Morris Jr., another star, CryptoKitties Ocean Protocol, so another key person who's worked on other projects. And he's also director of product and revenue at Tinder, so social marketing platform options, and Lyft as well is in there. Quite a star there. Distributed Global, more investors. There's a lot of stars in here, so we'll pick through some of these. George Saman, Max Reisman, Chris Blair, Morgan. Oh, this is actually quite interesting. Chris Blair founded the Morgan Stanley Technology Fund in 1996, so he's probably at the cutting edge of the .com boom. It's definitely somebody you want to have in your wing. Pre-Angel is very interesting. It's invested in U.S. and Chinese startups, technology companies. So there's a lot of global synergy, if we can still use that word. Maha Vujinovic, she worked at General Electric, and Block Tower, which is a link to Andreessen Horowitz. Spencer Greenberg, who's a mathematician. Raphael Uzan, Thrive Capital. Here's a very interesting connect. Digital Currency Group. If you do keep up on news in crypto, you'll see the iconic CoinDesk is owned by Digital Currency Group. So we have media under wraps in reserve when and if the project moves to the next stage. We're looking at this now, of course, for people who want to get an early position. And other than all these stars, which we keep going through, as it's fascinating, we'll also look at the protocol and see why you might believe in this project's future prosperity. Why all these brilliant people have stepped on board too. So here's another brilliant connect, Neo Global. So this is the strategic investment vehicle of the Neo Foundation, a huge cryptocurrency in China. Quite a lot more to go through. See some of the highlights. Arrington XRP. So we have cross connects to Ripple and payment solutions and cross-border banking activity that's going on in cryptocurrency. So here's some bigwigs there. Good to have them interested. Here's another very interesting person, David Sika. He's previously a director at Visa. This you cannot overlook. PayPal, we have Visa. There's quite a lot of use cases, I think, going to pan out here. Here's Ran Nooner, who's the founder of OnChain, and he works at CNBC Africa, Crypto Trader Show, one of the 100 most influential people in crypto. So more bonus points for stars who can toot the project over the net. That's the highlights. There's some more people here you can take a look at. But let's move on now to protocol. Why exactly is it people are interested in Reserve as a viable stablecoin? We saw recently MakerDAO, which is a lending platform, experience quite a lot of difficulty. And there are solutions in the works for that. Matic, for example, as we looked at in the last video, could help solve some of those problems. But here's the keys to the kingdom. The Reserve protocol is based on a two-coin system. Now, the RSV fluctuates around a mean, which is the dollar. But that fluctuation is significant enough that the algorithm which sustains the reserve project can make much of. So here's the example. If it fluctuates up to 102, this triggers a function in the algorithm whereby coins are sold for the 2-cent edge, and then that money is banked and it's used to purchase assets, which we'll describe in a second, by the RSV. So what does RSV buy? There's a 3-stage approach which they describe in the white paper, which is very interesting. First stage, RSV will purchase already stabilized stable coins. So they'll use the network effect and bounce off of USDT, DAO, and I think there's 3 coins perhaps that they've chosen to peg it to. You can see on the minting page, which we weren't able to pull up earlier. But there's 3 coins which you can combine together and create an RSV. You can mint directly off of the MetaMask connected program that they have on the platform. And it's very fascinating if you've ever done gaming where you can forge things or mint things in a game by combining different items in game. It's quite a task completion exhilarating feeling. So minting your own coins this way, I think, will generate a lot of interest as an interface idea, but also the algorithm itself provides a lot of incentive for people to invest because of this guaranteed sort of house takes it all casino approach. This algorithm is guaranteed to generate money. What happens when it goes down to 98 cents or 0.98 of a dollar, so 98 cents, is they mint and buy coin. So they optimize this algorithm so that the volume will be taken advantage of to create capital over time. So time is the factor, and adoption, which is why marketing is so key. So you can take a look at this. It's under protocol here. Later on, after depegging from the dollar or the stablecoin basket, RSV is going to peg itself to tokenized assets. So that can include real estate, it could include fiat, could include a lot of things. And what they're trying to do is get everything on the ledger. It seems this is a giant octopus. You don't want to miss out on this. Ripple, I know a lot of people are fans of Ripple, and it's huge. It's built on a marketing kind of, I tend to think of like Suits, like the TV show Suits. It's built on marketing. It's very slick. It's early, front of the line, but here in Reserve, you can see not only the challenge of marketing is being met, but the case of the coin itself generating intrinsic value through this algorithm exceeds even MakerDAO. So you want to keep an eye on this for several reasons. Now, we're going to take a look here again at the reason why this program or coin and project is so useful. And the place that it's actually being deployed right now, live, as a potential hedge against inflation, is Venezuela. And the reason that is the current annual inflation rate is given as, this right here, 4 million%. So if you want to buy, a loaf of bread in December, it'll cost you, 40,000 times more than it did in January. That's very high. South Sudan is 120%, or some other countries that have need for a stable coin. If you watch their some videos, I think associated with Reserve on YouTube, other than this, you'll find there is a coin in Kenya that's been deployed for about 15 or 20 years. Mobile something, I can't remember the name, mobile coin or something. And it's helped transfer wealth into the hands of the poor. Now, these are countries where you don't want to be carting a wheelbarrow full of notes to buy a loaf of bread, but it is happening. It's just sad. But the intrinsic value of an economy built on e-commerce is that not only will you have less of this carting around of physical stocks of paper, you will be able to address the issues that cause this massive printing of fiat, which include, of course, corruption at the highest levels. So, you know, this is one of the questions that's addressed in the supply here. Yes, it's 100 billion tokens, but at the same time, they aim to, like Ripple, I think, meet the needs on a global scale of liquidity. And having liquidity is quite important if you want to have cross-border payments, if you want to have point of sale transactions. And when you compare to, you know, fiat, we don't know how many dollars are in circulation. It's in the trillions, tens and tens of trillions at certain levels of the money system, and that can never be underestimated as to who's in control of that. So you want to have people who are ethical. You want to have some way to distribute the funds more fairly into society. And so that's one of the key concerns and visions of Reserve. If you're interested to purchase, again, it's not widely listed, so this is one of the reasons we're bringing this to you in our Value Investor Series. Yes, there's 100 billion coins, but there's an investment contract which prevents mechanized contract which prevents unlocking by team holders until mainnet is launched, and that's not going to happen in Q2, I was reading. But it will happen hopefully this year, they're saying, which will help the use case, but it will also, of course, allow people to sell their coins. So you might want to keep an eye on the price here. Maybe it's a bit more of a long play. I'm not going to make any predictions, but if you can, from the strength of the advisory board, believe that perhaps, you know, the reach of this project is going to be global. And if it's global, it will be as penetrating as the other products that these people have worked on, which is PayPal, Coinbase. These people created Coinbase and PayPal. So they are the masters not only of e-payments, but of cryptocurrencies. I mean, Coinbase is premier level, you know, crypto investment platform, advanced platform that people can use. We have a bit of a jam here. So what we're hoping to do is keep bringing you more videos. That will take time, but we're dedicating our time to this project, so please hit like and subscribe. Sorry about the flux in the video there, having a bit of a problem, but it's good to have you on board with us. Hopefully we'll bring you another video in the next couple of days, and things might improve. But use this if you have cash to invest in value projects. All right.